So you said this is RPG style, so what...
Okay. Fighter. Mage. He's really ninja, but, you know, that dexterity class. Healer. I would strongly recommend, especially not having played this game before, I would recommend starting out with the fighter.
Okay.
And because he doesn't have a lot of spells, he's very melee based, as you would expect. And if I can remember how the which story branch takes us there, there's a side quest that we can do that gets him a better sword that gives him significant stat boost. So, like I said, especially just starting out, he's a good character to use, and we can get you buffed up even more so than you were. The character I'm playing is the game's sole unlockable character. She's an NPC the first time you play through the game. But she is by far my favorite character. She's just a well-balanced character that has a lot of really good spells. This game, the remix version is a little... This game is kind of broken in all the right ways, but remix mode, it is significantly less broken. They took out one of Serena's moves entirely, where she could just carry them into the corner and juggle them infinitely. And I don't know that you gain experience for hitting dead enemies in remix mode. I haven't checked. But in original mode, you do, and you can just juggle a group of enemies in the corner and gain an infinite amount of experience until you just get tired of doing it. So she's...
I notice we're leveling up pretty quickly here.
Yeah. Technically, you can run straight to the door and end this session, but I like staying and fighting until the game forces you to leave because the building is about to burn down. Because it's a pretty easy way in these first, in this first stage, so you can easily gain around 15 to 20 levels.
I'm guessing levels in that case mean very little.
Yes and no, because they don't mean a lot until you beat the stage and you go to the point allotment screen where you can build up, you know, strength, intelligence. I think the others are mentality, vitality, luck, and agility. And you don't notice it right away, especially with most of the other scores, but with characters that use spells. You're not going to notice it much of the time, because I think he literally just has one spell. Which is just quarter circle forward and B. And he does a fireball like that. But with Serena, because she's got a lot of different spells like this one, your spell effects get bigger and do more damage, and you really start to notice it.
Right.
Like that little lightning bolt, you know, becomes a huge and fast, and you know, like your fireballs, you'll shoot out like 6 at a time. The fireball spell is actually pretty decent because I don't know if you've noticed yet, you can switch planes by using the left side bumper and trigger. And of course, enemies will jump around on different planes as well, but fireballs will track enemies across planes.
Is there like a dash move that I'm missing?
Yeah, if you press twice, forward twice,
okay.
Down, you'll run. That's one thing they fixed in remix mode. In original mode, they just do a short dash, and so it's really hard to get anywhere in a hurry. Whereas in remix mode, you can just hold it down and run. And I think this is the sole game on my Xbox Live profile that I have all the achievements for. Because normally I just don't give a shit about achievements. But this game I played endlessly as a kid on Saturn.
Yeah.
So like it was good. It was awesome enough that they did like a full HD remix with, you know, you can even play with the original graphics in 16:9. But you know, the fact that they added a remix mode, which, you know, rebalanced the game.
Not just added new graphics.
Yeah. It was like, okay, I'm just gonna go for all the achievements because I'm gonna play this game and go. And you'll see here in a few minutes, once we get not this stage, but I think the stage afterwards, we start getting into the branching storyline and stuff. There's lots of shit to do in this game. And right trigger blocks, you're gonna want to know that here in a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
when I was doing the achievement to play it without hard without dying, I did that in original mode for obvious reasons because it's broken as shit. But this was actually the hardest fight because after this, you know, we get to go into the game and we can you know, upgrade our attributes and all that stuff. But there's also something else coming up here that makes the game, playing the game on, you know, like a single player mode a lot easier. So it's a little crossover. I'm gonna kind of lame it out here for a minute. I guess you can guess this is a battle with fixed results.
think you're supposed to lose?
Well, we can't quote-unquote win, but we're supposed to take him down to 9,500 health.
Wasn't even looking at the
Yeah, he starts out with 99
HP.
health.
It was just I was just hitting him.
Yeah, and it hardly does any damage though.
Yeah.
But that's the hardest fight. That was the hardest fight for me doing that achievement because just you didn't have the opportunity to upgrade any of your shit or anything, and it's kind of a tough fight because you don't have this guy that's coming up. And that's our new pet. You can boss him around. Yeah, you're mostly going to want to sink yours into strength and vitality and maybe a little bit of luck. Luck, I think, affects damage given, damage received, experience received, and the amount of...
In that case, I'll pump a little bit more.
The amount of health you heal between, like, scene transitions. I'm gonna keep Serena fairly balanced, but I'm gonna pour most of I'm gonna pour a little bit more into intelligence. Just do it whenever you're ready.
Oh.
Jerry's kind of a funny guy. I tell him to go ape shit. And that's why the rest of the game is easy if you're just really lame.
Because you give him a command to just attack, and
you just block. You stay away from everything, and yeah. There's also a minor morality system that plays into some, not all, the game's endings. And you gain karma or lose karma for things like decisions you make in the story mode, as well as if you continue to hit a unconscious opponent, the one that's dead, like if you decover and stuff. But that really mostly applies to like original mode where you're doing it for experience. Or if you'll see sometimes they'll try and run away. If you let them run away, you get karma. If you kill them, you lose it.
okay, does that have any effect on the game, or just on like the storyline?
Just on the endings. It doesn't have any effect on anything else, like any of the dialogue, any of like your abilities or anything like that.
Okay.
Let's see. I think to do the quest for Han, I think we have to start with the Wildwood.
Alright.
That's one thing that's cool, is that it'll keep track of where it takes you, like what stage it takes you, if you've made that decision before, and if you've not made the decision before, it'll also just be blank. So that's kind of cool. It helps you keep track of, let's say, oh, I want to see this ending, or I haven't done this decision yet, I want to go here and do that. Also, I think there's something in gallery mode that has a list of the different decisions and what you're taking.
Yeah, the whole switching planes is really taking some concentration and practice for me.
I guess I'm used to it because when I've played this game, like I said, the time when I was a kid, and I've also played like Fatal Fury 2, which had plane switching, as long as it's mechanics.
I think for some reason, in part, my problem is that I keep forgetting which button does which, even though, I mean, it really makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I like keeping them on the left side of the controller, like the left bumper and left trigger, because it's not something that you have to use a lot, so it's kind of out of the way for me.
What's it running? Is this a boss fight? No. You saw the big giant creature and thought...
No, he's not a boss, he's a big robot. Enjoy. Alright, everybody run because that thing's gonna blow. I mean, you can block and you'll just take a little bit of damage, but you can get torn the hell out by it. I'm kind of wondering if we'll get one of the secrets on this stage, but we'll find out. Or it's not exclusive to this stage, but you get it after this stage or some of the other stages. Oh shit, there's an old man in the woods.
Is he the dungeon master?
I
I don't know. That just makes me think of the D&D cartoon. Like,
Right.
Randy.
I love how all the characters in this game have really Western names, like Randy. Except for Genjiro. The ninja, of course, has an Asian name. Randy the Mage. Kind of a shitty name for a mage.
Yep.
No, my former soldiers gonna get their ass beat. Let us embrace. That sounds hot.
There's no hugging going on here. It's more fighting.
Yeah, this is not what I had in mind when you said let's embrace.
I will let you choose.
Let's say it was stage 8. I don't know that for a fact.
Blah blah blah. Much of story doesn't really make for good Let's Play content.
No, that's a sad truth. Yeah, this is the stage. Okay, sweet.
See why they let you level up to 15 at the beginning. So,
Well, we didn't get it this time. Sometimes you can reach a Coliseum stage where you can fight until you just either run out of credits or get bored and decide to leave.
is there like a requirement for that?
No.
Or is it just random?
Now there is, I think, a certain set of circumstances you have to do, but I don't know what they are. I used to know. Pretty sure it has to do with your performance.
So, I'm assuming we eventually get to fight him.
Yeah. Or not, depends on the decision you make. But here's the sword I was talking about.
Okay. Again, I'm not really clear on the in the heat of battle. It's hard to tell what plane everyone is on.
Usually, the enemies will follow you to your plane, especially the bosses.
Yeah, that's kind of what I noticed. But with 2 players plus the NPC, it's not obvious.
Yeah, it's one of those things you'll get used to after a while, but you know, I don't think we're gonna do like a ton of playthroughs. Probably just gonna do one storyline and call it a day.
Yeah.
You can also hold, or not hold, but just press
Start
back and then it'll skip through everything. I think this is the huge expositionary scene, yeah. Like, if you try to read this, it takes you like 20 minutes.
Okay, I'm glad we did the whole back thing.
Okay, so now this is where the game really changes.
Okay.
Because we get to tell him what we think. Basically, what that whole story was is that it's the reveal that there are other beings, the Skyborn and Earthborn or something like Earthblood. They're vying for power. Now, spoiler, it actually turns out that the Skyborn, who are these angelic creatures, are really more assholes than the Earthblood, which are kind of demons.
What a twist!
Yes, what a twist. But we can also completely ignore that story branch and continue on with saving the kingdom, which actually leads to a really fun boss fight.
Whatever you want to do, man. I'm not invested enough in this to make a decision.
Let's see. We'll do We Deserve Peace. And we'll fight this guy who's like level 80 and has an incredible spell. But this is where one of those things where I'm just going to
crap.
I would highly recommend you do this as well. Just run the fuck away.
I suppose it's a little like now. Do I have a certain number of lives?
Yeah, there's a credits up at the top right.
Okay.
We share a goal.
Run away and let the NPC handle things.
Yep. Because he will fuck your shit.
As I can tell. Gonna jump in occasionally.
Yeah, that's kind of the way to do it. It's just kind of
Would
hit
like
and
to
run. Yeah, you see all the blue there?
Yeah.
That's the the bonuses you've been getting from the sword.
Okay.
So pretty good times there.
Yeah, that's a lot of levels for basically nothing.
Just for playing. And he's the only character that I know that has anything like that. I guess makes up for the fact that he's pretty vanilla to play as otherwise.
Yeah.
Shady's gonna like it.
Throwing me.
I think if you press trigger B, you'll do like a break type maneuver. That's not something that was in original mode. That's something that they added in the remix, so you could avoid death spirals, which there are many in this game.
Seems kind of cheap.
This game is, like I said, it's broken in all the right ways. You can do infinite death spirals, and so can. In fact, I actually crashed the game playing through, trying to beat it on hard without dying achievement, because I was blocking, and the computer was on both sides of the in-depth warrior. Attacking.
Yeah.
And so it just was racking up an infinite combo against him since he was sandwiched in there, and I couldn't do anything about it because I was playing on original mode. There's no break, there's no combo breaker. So the game hit a certain point where it just froze and crashed.
Is that wizard still around? I saw, like, dude hit us with lightning.
No, you can tell.
Oh, or is that you?
No, I think he did hit us with lightning, but you can tell if he's still alive by looking at your meter.
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't think about that.
They're not in like exactly an obvious place. I kind of have to be out of the way because there can be a lot of enemies on screen at once.
I have noticed. It's kind of the same problem I had when I first started playing Smash Brothers. Is, you're jumping right into it with someone who's actually played it before, and it's kind of hard to pick out what's going on screen.
Do King needs to explain.
Are the stage numbers like choose your own adventure?
Yes.
Type? Okay.
That's exactly what it is.
Guessing these are the Earthborn or whatever.
Yeah, these are some of them. Find out that the Earthblood ruler has been It has usurped the king's throne, taken his place. I kind of hate being on either side of you because when you do that forward heavy move,
Yeah.
I get caught on fire.
Oh, I did not realize that. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, it's like if I were to do lightning when you're standing next to a guy, you would get hit by it too.
Okay. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
it's fine. It's just one of those, like, elemental stuff is really weird in this game.
I could not tell if there was friendly fire or not.
There is, but only on elemental stuff. Like, I can't punch you.
Right.
I can't even hit you directly with a spell. You'd have to be standing next to somebody.
Safe where I am though. I'm assuming to do that.
For the most part. I think we're pretty close to the end
Of the entire game or just of the stage?
of the entire game.
Wow, that's short, but then
It's a short game, but there are 30 stages in all.
it's built for multiple playthroughs,
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, the point of the game is to play through the game a bunch of times and see all the different aspects of the story and see all the different things that happen. See what happens if you side with Skyborn, maybe Earthblood, or neither. In fact, there's a route that you can take where you don't fight any of those guys. You fight the wizard.
Okay.
Okay, and she's gonna ask us to join her, and we're gonna say, let's see. And she basically says, okay, well, go take care of your shit, just know you're gonna have to deal with us one day. And that pretty much ends that storyline for this playthrough. I have locked this in for the boss fight highlights.
Okay.
Not have nearly as much health as you do.
Well, considering I have the sword like that,
Yeah.
it's part of it.
That and I decided to spec for magic for this playthrough. I don't think you're playing that character, so I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna... I want the big lightning bolts, direct shit. Okay, here he is. And they'll not expect you to know who this is. But that is Gold and Silver, the boss of Treasure's game before this one came out called Guardian Heroes, which is one of my favorite games. The Contra-esque type shooter, only instead of having like a billion different weapons, there were 4, but you could combine them, so you could have like a homing shot and a laser. So you had a homing laser that went around and killed shit.
Basically, a character from a completely different game.
Yes.
That had nothing to do with this.
Nope, not at all. But that is completely intact from his previous incarnation.
Yeah, what the heck, at this point I'll just dump it all into strength, since I assume that increases my damage, basically.
Yeah. And rather, either incidentally or not, this is the 30th and last stage in the game. Alright, so let's go to it. You have to attack the gems. You cannot damage his physical body.
Okay, when you say the gems, you mean the ones
that are floating above his head, yeah.
Okay, so you basically jump attacks.
Jump attacks, homing spells.
I have no spells, so jump attacks it is.
But he went down pretty quickly because he got nailed by the Undead Warrior's nuke. And once again, the day is saved thanks to the Powerpuff Girls.
Yep. He left.
He left to go fight with the Skyborn, the Earthbloods, the Blah-the-Blahs. And here's the ending. Which, this is not one of the better endings, but whatever.
That's probably fine. I was kind of getting tired anyway.
That's the one thing I like about this game, though. You know, if you start fresh, you can play through it, 1, 2, 3 times, and be like, okay, I'm done for now.
Yeah.
There's 5 endings, and I think 2 or 3 of them have variants depending on your karma. Which makes more for like 7 or 8 endings, but the differences in them are kind of slight, just like the wording and some of the dialogue, like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have killed every fucking thing we found. Maybe we shouldn't have been such dicks. Anyway, that's gonna be it for our playthrough of Guardian Heroes. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, don't, whatever, we don't get paid. Tell your friends.
Don't tell your friends, whatever.
We don't give a shit. But thanks, though. See you guys next time.